Okay, if you've got a question, please raise your hand and we'll try and get around as many as we can. Start on the side here with Matt.
Tough night for you and the players, Frank.
Yeah, and that's football at this level. The levels of Bayern Munich were fantastic. They're a really strong team. I was aware of that. And unless we were to get everything right and bang on, it was going to be a tough night, potentially. And we didn't get everything bang on. We weren't confident on the ball. That was my biggest disappointment from mostly start to finish, to be fair. We want to play here. We've shown that all season. Today we went away from that. And that can happen sometimes in an intense atmosphere when all eyes are on. So it was a harsh lesson, a reality for the players of the levels we want to get to. This is Champions League football. We as a club, I suppose, haven't been fighting in the knockout stages, getting through to the back end of it for some years, and reality of what it takes.
Jacob?
Frank, you said yesterday that there were going to be moments where you were suffering, that you needed to stay in the game. It must be a frustration to score once and the performance like this.
Yeah, so this is why I said it. In the first half, we suffered in moments, but we defended resiliently. Technically, some of our defending wasn't great, but for reasons we stayed in the game, and we also had a couple of chances. But if you go for 90 minutes, you have to show more than we showed. And the first goal had a bit of a slip in the involvement, but the clinical nature with which they finished it shows you that if you give a team of this quality those chances too many times, that they'll score goals. And as I say, I said it last night, came true tonight.
Darren?
Frank, have you been proven right in November? You were in here after final group games and then afterwards in January.
I wouldn't say I've been proven right on anything, but in the bigger picture, I think today we just saw that there was a lot of quality in their team. There's a build to that. Players like Lewandowski have been there for a long time. Müller I played against in 2012 in the Champions League, and Boateng and Neuer. Alaba's been there a long time. So there's a lot to their team which we have to respect. But to focus on us, there's no point in looking back on anything else other than the fact of being real about where we are. We're now fighting to try and come in the top four this year because we want to then improve in the summer. We also have to go to Munich and play with a lot of pride in a few weeks' time to see what we can do there. And today was just a clear show, but there's a lot of work to be done. And I felt that when I took the job. I felt that all the way through. I feel that today, and I'll keep working, and we all need to.
Matt?
Is it now realistic to think there's any hope of somehow getting back in this game?
We have to go and play, as I said, with pride and not consider too much the scoreline in terms of how we approach the game. We all know it. We know that we're 3-0 down going away to Munich, so it's pretty clear that we are in a very bad position going into the second leg. So it's a show of character to see what we can do.
Emma? Over there.
Jorginho for that second tie, how much of a blow is that?
Well, it's a blow. The Jorginho yellow card we shouldn't get for speaking with a referee when you're on a tipping edge of another yellow. I didn't see the Alonso incident a second time afterwards, so I won't comment too much on that. But at the same time, we're 3-0 down. It's going to be a tough visit anyway. So if players have to come in and we have to change slightly, then so be it. So be it. Sometimes that's the way it is, and whoever comes in will have to go and show character like the rest of them.
Okay, Darren?
Tammy Abraham at the end seemed to shake his head.
Right, I didn't see that.
He's done the warm down and come off.
Oh, really?
His leg.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So,
Liam?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know.
Frank, what do you know of this league play, particularly on the side this time?
Well, they need to use it to positive effect. And it might not feel like that this evening, but what they need to do is understand the levels that the Champions League is when you get to knockout stage. A lot of the players there today either haven't played it, played maybe Europa League, which is a big difference, or have played it a few years ago, certainly not at Chelsea, to a point where we got the success of semi-final, final, win it kind of times. So when you have an eye-opener like tonight, the only answer, young or old, is to look at it and say, I'm not going to look at any other part of the team than myself. Who was I up against? Who was my direct competitor? How did I feel I played against them? I thought there were a couple of performances in our team, namely Kovacic, that played with a personality and a quality that makes you go, okay, he could play in pretty much any team with that level. other than that, we need to say tonight wasn't a night where we showed that, and that's just an individual one to take responsibility.
Okay, we're going to do 2 more. Duncan.
Right. What kind of lessons did you learn as a manager? The players learned a harsh lesson, but did you learn?
I learned about the players tonight. Yeah, I learned about the players because tonight for me wasn't a situation of system. We chose a system that we played very well at the weekend. I knew it would work differently today. I knew it would allow them a lot more possession by having the extra man at the back, but the extra man gave us some security in terms of how efficient they are and how many goals they score. So after that, it's just, as I say, it's matchups and how you go up against your teammates. So that was a learning curve. Yeah. Don't know if it surprised me. Maybe human nature in a game where you're 3-0 and it's been a tough match. It's somewhat understandable. It can happen.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thanks
Good
all.
evening
Thank
all.
you.